Face Poser is an action-level control system for choreographed scenes involving NPCs and the player in source-based video games. It was initially used in Half-Life 2 in 2004 to script out scenes as complex as Dr. Kleiner's lab, or even as brief as telling the player to reload.
Behind you!
An action-level control system means that you're not doing the animating yourself, but you still dictate much of the performance. Animators create a wide array of small, simple gestures, which are then applied based on their need to individual scenes. Multiple animations can be layered to produce a compounded effect. The tool has been made available in the Source SDK for general modding use. Initially, this was a popular way of creating various forms of game videos by making dialogue look more believable.
You've been diagnosed with asshole syndrome.
What?
Face Poser, as the name suggests, also gives wide control over facial muscles. Rather than do motion capture of an actor's face, the choreographer must manually decide what muscles dictate certain emotions, and use these to apply certain static expressions or animate facial muscles over time. The advantage of this approach is that individual expressions are reusable between scenes, and a performance can be altered over time based on feedback or changed perceptions without scheduling out a big green screening room. Finally, some people would say that the end performance is more believable.
Today, we're finally on the verge of having a better way.
For the mod Black Mesa, a recreation of 1998's Half-Life in the Source engine, I performed various forms of choreography, including emotionally intense moments between the scientists and the player, as well as brief scenes intended to keep the player moving forward.
What the hell?
Now let's get back to work. We should at least try to look busy.
Because cutscenes in the Half-Life universe do not remove control from the player, scenes have to account for the player in as many ways as possible. We avoid assuming the player will stand in a certain spot, allowing NPCs to look and face based on his current position.
I couldn't tell you how to get there.
When an NPC moves someplace, we cannot assume this will take a static amount of time in case the player blocks his movement. In this clip, we see an NPC's end performance as well as the timeline in Face Poser that adds up to that performance, and a list of the NPC's current actions in a thought bubble above.
Oh, would you look at that? Freeman actually did show up for work this morning. Looks like somebody here owes me lunch.